Hi, I'm not John Green. This is our dry erase salon, and this is not Middle Floss on YouTube. We are the AP US History class at Jackson High School in Jackson, Ohio, home of the Ironman, and we're going to share some facts about the history-ish of the United States-ish. Let's get started.
The U.S. Navy has trained dolphins to use echolocation to locate sea mines. Sea lions are also used to mark and retrieve objects in the ocean.
William Harley and Arthur Davidson formed the Harley Motor Company in 1903. Not the first motorcycle, but Harley-Davidson became the most continuously produced motorcycle in America, along with the most favorable. During World War I, the first American to enter into Germany after the armistice signing was Corporal Ray Holtz, who rode into the country on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. During World War II, the majority of Harley-Davidson bikes were sent overseas to assist the Allies in war. The exportation of Harley-Davidson motorcycles helped put their competition, Indian Motorcycle Company, into bankruptcy, easily making the Harley-Davidson motorcycle the #1 brand in America.
How we doing today, folks? I got some terrible news. Junior Johnson, NASCAR Hall of Famer, great legend, won many championships. He epitomized the NASCAR style with his moonshine, all that jazz. He went into prison right here in Chillicothe, Ohio. Real sad day for NASCAR. In other news, Dale Earnhardt's legend's still living on. 3 for Dale.
9 counties in Maryland require individuals with property that is water impervious to pay tax when it rains, which is why SpongeBob relocated his pineapple under the sea.
To the 13 states existing after the Revolutionary War, we must add the state of Franklin, which was named after a good friend Benjamin Franklin. In 1784, the citizens of the region decided they would be better off living on their own rather than as part of North Carolina. They voted to secede from North Carolina, but Congress denied them admittance into the Union. The independent republic kept chugging along for 4 years, writing its own constitution, making deals with Native American tribes, and even attempting to negotiate a treaty with Spain. The last act was the final straw for North Carolina as they arrested Franklin's governor, John Seaver, and Franklin became part of Tennessee.
After a 3-year-long search for some tapes of the 1969 moonwalk, NASA admitted in 2006 that the original tapes were erased and recorded over for satellite data, and a series finale of Will and Grace.
The creator of Mother's Day, Anna Jarvis, absolutely despised it. The first attempt to establish a Mother's Day came from women's peace groups after the Civil War. Mothers who had sons who fought on both sides of the war came together to share in their grief. Jarvis created Mother's Day for her mom and Jarvis, and to honor the sacrifice of all mothers. Jarvis spent her whole life protecting the sanctity of Mother's Day. She fought against card companies, jewelry shops, and flower shops because she was wholly against its commercialization. Now, the only people fighting Mother's Day are the least favorite children.
The first correct identification of a vertebrate fossil in North America happened in 1725 on the Stono Plantation in South Carolina. 3 slaves found what turned out to be mammoth teeth. Meredith, mammoth don't have teeth.
Did you know that 1 out of every 4 bridges in America either carries more traffic than originally intended or is in great need of repair? So if you weren't scared of bridges before, you're welcome.
During the Cold War, the USSR thought the heavily trafficked building in the center of the Pentagon's courtyard was a top-secret meeting room and had nukes aimed at it. It was actually a top-secret hot dog stand.
While discovering the New World, Christopher Columbus came across 3 mermaids, describing them as not half as beautiful as they are painted. They were manatees.
The first pizza was documented in 997 AD in Italy. It then became popular in 1905 in the United States with the help of Gennaro Lombardi. Due to its popularity in America, 100 acres of pizza are sold every day in the United States.
In 1962, the U.S. blew up a hydrogen bomb in space, 100 times more powerful than the atomic bomb. They did this 250 miles above the Pacific Ocean simply as a weapons test and to see if it would alter the newly discovered Van Allen radiation belts.
There's a supervolcano under Yellowstone National Park. It has erupted roughly every 600,000 years and has not erupted for 620,000 years. The eruption will include a 100-mile radius and will cover roughly half of the United States in ash. That's a lot of ash.
Louis Armstrong's career started with being arrested. On New Year's 1912 at a party Armstrong was attending, he fired a gun off in the air. He was arrested immediately and taken back to his grandparents. But they didn't want him, so they sent him back to the Cartledge Waifs Home for Boys. It was there he developed his love for music and cornet. And after he was 18, he was released, and he went to play for clubs and corners. Joking Oliver saw him and was like, "You're pretty cool." So they took him and mentored him, took him to Chicago, and his career took off. And he realized
It was a wonderful world.
Idaho has a state soil, which is 3-bear, and their state bird is a potato.
Lyndon B. Johnson almost died during World War II. He was on a bomber when he decided he had to use the bathroom and then boarded a different plane. The plane that he was originally on ended up getting shot down.
Hernando de Soto started his journey to Florida on May 18, 1539 with 9 vessels. De Soto arrived in Florida with 13 pigs.
Pigs? Oh, there's a quarter for the class pork chop party fund.
These 13 pigs were America's first. The pigs were used as fresh meat, preserved pork, and salt pork. The original 13 pigs grew in population.
You are 10 times more likely to be bitten by a human being while in New York City than being bitten by a shark anywhere outside of Sharknado season. Boo.
Henry Ford's engineers could not fix a generator, so he called Charles Steinmetz. Steinmetz asked for a notebook, a pencil, a cot, and listened and took notes for 2 days and nights. He emerged a solitary